Good morning. Now, I went to Van Haag's on Saturday to buy some lawnmower oil, and they didn't have any. In fact, they didn't have much of anything, really. The main part of the shop was totally stripped bare. There was a couple of cacti on a shelf and a watering can, and that was about it. And I was very confused that a garden centre would not have the basics of gardening. Then I realised what was going on. Of course, it's 108 sleeps to Christmas. Christmas is starting at Van Haag's. Exciting, but it didn't solve my need for lawnmower oil. And who knew that a petrol lawnmower needs petrol and oil? I will read the instructions one day. Although I think that the world has forgotten to read the instructions on Christmas. Jesus is the reason for the season. Christmas is all about celebrating the Christ Mass. Christmas. Christ Mass. The birth of Christ, that's what it means. And even I struggle at Christmas to remember Jesus in it and fully focus on him. As a church leader, I get lost in organising Advent services, Christmas events, and then struggling to remember that I have my own family and friends in amongst that to celebrate with. I think most of us struggle to keep our attention focused on the baby in the miracle that we're supposed to be celebrating. And as I fight to carve out the time to consider the sacred, I often wonder how Jesus will celebrate his birth. It's true that Christmas is a holiday created by the church long after Jesus ascended into heaven. But had he ever had the chance to partake in Christmas as we know it, what do you think he would have done? And should we follow his lead? If Jesus was walking on the earth today, what would he be doing during this Christmas? Well, here's my best guess. I think Jesus would celebrate Christmas. There are many places in the gospel that record Jesus participating in the religious holidays of his culture, and those included huge meals with his family and with his friends. He didn't isolate himself from culture. And while there are plenty of elements about our traditional Christmas celebrations that don't focus on him, I doubt that Jesus would ask us to ditch the entire celebration based on principle. I believe he would join us in our Christmas celebrations. He would accept an invitation to step into our Christmas bedecked homes and join us at our Christmas dinners. Now, one thing I don't think Jesus would focus on is presents. Jesus wasn't into stuff. In Matthew 6, verse 19, he says, Do not lay up for yourselves treasures on earth where moth and rust destroy and where thieves break in and steal. And in Luke 12, he says, Take care and be on your guard against all covetousness, for one's life does not consist in the abundance of his possessions. Jesus never said that possessions were bad, but I don't see any evidence in Scripture that he wouldn't say giving each other gifts is wrong. But he did warn us that our stuff isn't as important as we think. This anti-materialism message is definitely worth revisiting at Christmas time. Now, I think Jesus at Christmas would do what he does best, which is serve others. Jesus repeatedly asks us to live our lives in service to others. I doubt he'd use his birthday as a holiday from serving others. Specifically, Jesus asked us to make extra effort to meet the needs of the poor, of the hungry and the thirsty, those in need of clothing, the sick and those in prison. And it's great for us to spend time with people we love at Christmas, but I don't think Jesus' Christmas celebrations would only include the people that he was most familiar with. I believe he would spend his birthday in service to others. And I believe that Jesus would take this opportunity to teach the good news. In John 7, we see Jesus using a festival as an opportunity to teach the truth. Look at our world. It doesn't take much to realise that not everyone knows about the true meaning of Christmas. Not everyone understands that Jesus didn't stay in the manger, but he went on to die on the cross and pay the price for our sin. Not everyone has that peace that passes understanding, and the hope that this life is not all that there is. So Jesus took advantage of those times when many people were gathered to celebrate a festival to reveal the truth of God, and we can do the same thing. Who will be at your Christmas celebrations this year? Do they know Jesus? Who will sit at your Christmas table and not have the hope that only He can give? Who can you share that hope with? Should we follow Jesus' lead and take the unique opportunity that Christmas provides to teach others about Him? Yes, we should. Clearly, this season isn't really about Father Christmas. It's not about dancing reindeer singing "We Wish You a Merry Christmas." It's not about wreaths, presents and bows. It's about Him, Jesus. And He shows us how His miracle is best celebrated. We mustn't get too hung up on what's right or wrong about Christmas. We should look to Jesus' example and then bow our hearts to the miracle in the manger. It's 103 more sleeps to Christmas Day. Keep your eyes on the prize. Emmanuel, God with us. Oh, and if anybody needs lawnmower oil, B&Q in Harlow has some. God bless you all.